Hi all, in this video we will see SQL Server, COALESCE and ISNULL functions and their purpose. In general, when we look into these two, we might thought these two serve the same purpose, but there are plenty of differences between COALESCE and ISNULL functions. So first we will see the introduction about these two. COALESCE and ISNULL function returns first non-null value. Here I have two sample select statements for ISNULL and COALESCE. We'll run them in SQL Server and see the result. So these two, ISNULL and select. When I execute these two, we can see both functions return the same value as an output. I will change the query a little bit. Same 1 1. Again same 1 1. So then what is the major differences between these two functions? Now we will see the differences. COALESCE and ISNULL. COALESCE supports more than 2 input parameters, whereas ISNULL supports only 2 input parameters. For COALESCE, I will show you a sample example with employee ID, first name, middle name, last name. Again null. Second, null. Again it's null. And third employee with null, null, James. So here when I use COALESCE function on first name, middle name, last name, I will get the output as Sam, Adam, James. Means it takes more than 2 as an input parameter and returns first non-null value as an output. We will run the same in our SQL Server. I will take Adventures database, create table test, employee ID as an int, first name varchar, middle name and last name. Now I will insert the same data that we seen in Excel. Insert into test values 1 comma. So the values are like as Sam, null, null, 1 row. Now Adams, and last one is James. Now I will run this table, select start from test. So here we have 3 records, first name, middle name, last name. I haven't seen the employee ID. Okay, no problem. Select COALESCE first name, middle name, last name from test. Now it returns Sam, Adam, James. So it returns the first non-none value from these three columns. So here COALESCE takes input as multiple parameters, more than 2. I will write a simple COALESCE function with multiple nulls. See, null, 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 and null. Get date. Simply it returns the get date value. So this is the main advantage of COALESCE compared to ISNULL. And the second one is COALESCE is a standard function defined by ISO and SQL standards, whereas ISNULL is a simple transact SQL specific. And other thing is using COALESCE we can do data pivot. See, I will show you one sample example. I will take a table from Adventures database. Now I will drop this table. Now I am taking a table from Adventures department table. I am running a simple select statement to get the name of the department. I am running this table. Here I will select the department name and from the group name executive general and administration, whatever it may be. So we have only 5 names in executive general administration group. Now I will take a variable called department name, declare department name dn simply with varchar from 1000 and select dn equal to COALESCE so here just I will append the text to our declared variable department name. Plus name, just here plus indicates the concatenation of the strings, and another variable colon. So now I will take the data from our department table from human departments, where this group. Now I will select the data of our variable. Now see, so all these names will be concatenated, nothing but for these rows will be displayed as a single column using COALESCE. Human resource, finance, information services. So it's a small trick to do pivot using COALESCE function. And resulting expression data type is highest data type precedence of all input arguments, whereas for ISNULL resulting expression is a data type of first input. For this, we'll see a sample example of how the data type would be written in these two cases. Again, I will declare two variables x and y. X as varchar 3 and input by default I am assigning the value as null, and another variable y with varchar of 10 and I am assigning the input 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Now I will use COALESCE and ISNULL function for these two input variables. COALESCE of x comma y and again COALESCE of y comma x is y and it's x. Now ISNULL is COAL1. I am renaming it as COAL2 and ISNULL again ISNULL of y comma x is into SN1. Now if we run the query, we can see the output as for COALESCE the output would be 1 to 0, all the 10 characters will be displayed, whereas for ISNULL xy the output is only 1 2 3, whereas ISNULL yx the output would be 1 to 0. So see here, this is the data type output for collision and ISNULL. COALESCE take highest precedence of input parameters, whereas ISNULL take the first input argument data type as the highest precedence. So that's why for ISNULL it is displaying only 1 to 3. For COALESCE always it is displaying the highest data type precedence. And suppose if all inputs with untyped are null, then COALESCE returns the error, whereas ISNULL returns integer value for all untyped nulls. So for this also we can see an example. Take this example, COALESCE null null null, it will return error. So COALESCE must be an expression that is not the null constraint, whereas ISNULL requires only two input parameters, just it returns the null value. Just we will apply small logic here, just we do cast of null as an int and see the result. For this, cast of null as int, so it will return null, means just here the null is now typed data type, whereas before the COALESCE function has two nulls, those are untyped nulls, so that's why it returns error. So that is untyped null returns error with COALESCE, whereas typed null will not return error. And other thing is the same data type. Now we'll see what if the inputs are of different data type families. Here also the same rules are still apply. For example, just take a COALESCE expression that accepts character string as a first input and an integer as a second input. Here also integer has a higher data type precedence than a character string. Therefore SQL Server tries to convert the value, whatever the string value that we gave, to an integer, and naturally it fails conversion error. We will see select ABC and 1, so it returns conversion failure error.